Hi and welcome to Whiskey Shared. You're watching day 24 of my mystery whiskey advent calendar. I'm Toby and you're watching Whiskey Shared. Welcome to day 24, the final day of my mystery whiskey advent calendar. If you've been watching the series so far and you like this kind of content, then please give it a like, and if you don't already, please subscribe. If you've seen this before and you know it works, then you can just skip straight forward to the tasting. Otherwise, the way this works is I have over 100 samples in my sample collection, and my wife has picked 24 at random. She's put one a day into a blue Glencairn glass, and I'll nose it, I'll taste it, I'll tell you if I like it, and I'll have a stab at what I think it is. This is just for fun, so sometimes I get it right and sometimes I get it wrong. Should we find out what I'm drinking? On to the whiskey. If you'd like to play along with me and find out what's in my glass when I do, then just keep watching. Otherwise, take a look in the description now for a sneak peek. Let's start with the nose. Okay, so this is interesting. There's a fruitiness, but there's also like a herbal note. I'm getting like a rye spice. I'm getting cherry. I'm getting raisins. I'm getting a hint of black tea. Reminded me of possibly a bourbon or rye whiskey. Yeah, very interesting. I'm also getting some like charred oak. There's also a slight ethanol tang. Definitely a little spirity on the nose. Yeah, let's move on to the palate. Yeah, this definitely comes across as possibly a bourbon or a rye whiskey. It's either a high rye bourbon or a rye whiskey or low rye whiskey. I don't know if this is 100% rye whiskey. Definitely seems to have that sort of rye note in there though. I'm getting cherry, I'm getting a hint of chocolate. There's definitely some cereal notes in there. There's some charred oak, and just like I picked up on the nose, there is a hint of black tea in there as well. Let's have another sip. I don't think this is overly high ABV. I'd say it's 46 to 50% maybe. But I think I'm verging more on a bourbon whiskey with some rye in there than a rye whiskey. It's coming across as a little drying. I think this has potentially got some age to it. I'd say at least 4, 5, 6 years old. But I don't think I could name a distillery for this particular whiskey. But yeah, I definitely think it's an American bourbon. Obviously, bourbon is American, but yeah, an American whiskey. But I think I'd nail it as a bourbon. Let's have one final sip. Yeah, it's quite a pleasant whiskey. I'd say it's definitely comes across as a grown-up whiskey. I think this has potentially had some age, so I think, you know, this is probably even more than 6 years old. This seems like it's been rested for some time. There's lots of charred oak. There's definitely a lot of cask influence on this. It's not overly hot, but the heat that is there does linger for some time. It's also quite astringent, which makes me think it's been in the cask for some time. And yeah, it's definitely a tasty grown-up bourbon. Shall we find out what's in my glass? Right, so it's Weller Special Reserve Bourbon. It's 45% ABV and it was given to me by Whisky Amateur. So thanks for that. I've no idea what the age of Weller Special Reserve is. I'm definitely not clued up on Weller. I know some are really difficult to get a hold of and some are fairly mainstream. But yeah, I've no idea when it comes to the details of this particular bourbon. Obviously, if I can find out any details, I'll put it on screen now. But yeah, I'm glad I picked it out as a bourbon. I think ABV wise, I think I said 46 to 50. Obviously this is 45, so it's close. But yeah, it was unmistakably bourbon, but it definitely comes across as well aged. So hopefully this does have a decent age. If not, it might have the highest level of char possibly, and that's why it has such cask influence. If you've tried this, share your thoughts and obviously let me know what you think of this. And yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this series. Obviously I've done 24 blind tastings in a row through December. There'll be one more as my mystery monthly minis on the last Friday of the month. But yeah, this has been a jam-packed month for me, and it's been really enjoyable. I've obviously got to try some whiskies that have been in my sample collection for some time, and I'm really grateful for those people that share whiskies with me. It's always a challenge, it's always fun, and I always get some wrong, so it's hopefully it's good entertainment from that point of view. If you don't already, please subscribe. It makes a great difference to my channel, and hopefully I'll see you again soon for some more whiskey reviews. Stauncher.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.